Hello friends, I am Durbadal Datta. Today I will take up paper 1 module 1 language, functional aspects and linguistics branches. All of you know what language is. You also know that it is language that distinguishes us from the rest of the living world. Linguists have been trying to define language in their own ways, but their definitions are far from being satisfactory. They reflect only one or two or three aspects and not language as a whole. For example, Robbins defines language as a symbol based on poor or arbitrary conventions, infinitely extendable and modifiable according to the changing needs and conditions of the speakers. So Robbins looks upon language as a symbol system. It is right that every language has its own sound as well as written symbols. These symbols form the alphabet of the language and join in different combination to form meaningful words and sentences. Robbins also says that language is arbitrary. That means there is no one-to-one correspondence between the structure of the words and its meaning. Suppose tree, T-R-E-E, is a combination of letters or sounds. It has not any apparent relation with the object called tree. We have come to know that language follows conventions that are not easily changed but modifiable and also extendable. Now, so we conceive of language as something having some properties. So let us know language by its properties. Language is a means of communication and self-expression. Language is arbitrary. Thirdly, language is non-instinctive, conventional. Language is symbolic. Language is systematic. It is vocal, and it is also a form of social behavior. Language is structurally complex, shared by speech community. It is creative. So these are the features by which we can understand what language is. While structuralists view language as structures, there are others who are called functionalists. They view language as something different. According to functionalists, language is what it does. That's how the functional aspect of language differs considerably from its structural aspects. Functional linguists study the form of language in reference to their social function in communication. But functionalists are concerned mainly with the communicative functions of linguistic forms. Let us see how language functions. Look at those examples. The first example, can you tell me the way to the post office? You see, this is an example of request. The second one, get out. This is an order. Pay attention to your learner's needs. This is a piece of advice. And if you say, come to dinner on Monday, it's a kind of invitation. If you say, take rest for a while, it is a suggestion. So language is used to perform so many functions. Now we pass on to linguistics. Linguistics, you know, is the study of language. It is the name given to the discipline which studies human language. But how can we approach the study? We can approach the study from different angles. And what are the aims of linguists? Aims are to study the nature of language and form a theory of language. And the second aim is to describe a language or all languages by applying the theory established. This study of language have so many branches. Let us see what are the branches of linguistics. Firstly, there may be diachronic and synchronic branches. Diachronic linguistics deals mainly with the historical development of a language. For example, the history and development of Bangla. Whereas synchronic linguistics is the study of a language at a point of time. For example, the English language of the Victorian era. Now come to the second aspect of linguistic branches, the second arena of linguistic branches. We may divide linguistics into comparative and contrastive linguistics. Comparative linguistics, as you know, is the comparison of two or more diachronic descriptions. It is also known as historical comparative linguistics. For example, we may present comparative study of Indo-European languages. Opposed to this stands contrastive linguistics. Contrastive linguistics is the comparison of two or more synchronic descriptions. For example, a contrastive study of sound system of Bangla and Hindi. Now come to another way of looking at linguistics. Linguistics may be theoretical or applied. Theoretical linguistics is the study of language for its own sake. It includes phonetics, phonology, morphology, syntax, semantics, pragmatics, etc. While applied linguistics is the application of the concepts and methods used in linguistics to other areas like language teaching, translation, etc. We may also look upon linguistics as microlinguistics and macrolinguistics. Microlinguistics refers to analysis of language for their own sake, while macrolinguistics includes all the aspects of both theoretical and applied linguistics. Language is a behavior. Since it is a behavior, it is a psychological behavior and also it is a social behavior. From this point of view, we can view language, we can see two types of linguistics: psycholinguistics and sociolinguistics. Psycholinguistics is the study of language and mind, the mental structures and processes involved in acquisition and use of language, and sociolinguistics is the study of the relation between language and society, how social factors influence the structure and use of language. There may be many other branches of linguistics. For example, anthropological linguistics. It is the study of evolution of language and culture, especially the ethnography of culture. There may be stylistics. It is the study of style. Maybe ELT, the teaching of English as a first or additional language. There may be translation, that is the art of presenting the text through a code other than the original. Thus, linguistics include a wide range of subjects, multidisciplinary subjects, and it is to be studied from all the different angles. What are the models we can follow for studying linguistics? As Chomsky has chosen, we can use three models. One is competence model, the second one is performance model, and the third one is acquisition model. So up to this today, thank you all.